Alright, this is going to be a quick tutorial on visualizing and controlling rgbw pixels in GeoPix. There's an earlier tutorial where we go over in more detail controlling them, but we're really going to just focus on how to set up the bare bones and also how to visualize them in the viewport. So first things first, let's create a fixture, and I'll go ahead and create a hull. Select that hull, do a generator, and that's fine. We'll just keep it as a grid. Go ahead and make this like 5 by 5, 6 by 6. And then let's throw a projector on this as well. Scoot that back, scale it up a little bit. So this is the standard setup for RGB. And as a quick recap, we've got red, green, blue. Projectors come in with these channels set up for you already, and when you click on the generator, you'll see that they also come in with RGB as the default values, which this is good for most things, but if you're doing stuff with rgbw pixels or even something else entirely, you will obviously want to modify that. So there's a couple things you have to do to get that set up. The first is we actually need to create an extra pixel channel. So these are 4-channel LEDs, not 3, because if we go to the channels tool here, and this is something we go over in the other video, you can see if I just grab this projector and we take the red channel up, you'll see that we have red, green, blue, red. So there's each pixel is 3 channels wide, and so you can kind of see this pattern repeating. So what we want is red, green, blue, W, and then the next one would be red. So in order to do that, we need to change a few things. So if we grab our generator, and if you're not using a generator, you would actually go into your fixture and edit this there. But, you know, whoops, I actually rotated that on accident. Fixtures have this as well, right? They have a channel order, RGB, but if you're using generators, they will update that for you automatically. So we're going to do comma W to make this RGBW, and you'll notice that right away we have more channels here. This is expected. So now if we go over here to our projector and we turn up the red, you'll see that we now have more channels per pixel. So this looks like the right spacing, and that's great. What we need to do next is go down here to our routing section of our projector. Because right now our projector is set up to deliver R, G, and B. So it's taking the red channel of the projector's content, the green channel of the projector's content, and the blue channel of the projector's content, and it's just doing a one-to-one mapping to these 3 pixel channels. But since we've added W, we need to go ahead and use the, we don't have to, but in this case we're going to use the alpha channel of our projector and route that to our white channel of our pixels. So that's it. Once we do that, we can go back up here to constant color, and this is just a testing method. You're actually going to want to plug content into here eventually, most likely, but you know, we've got red, green, blue, and alpha. Alpha controls the white channel. So this is at this point fully functional. If you had LEDs hooked up, you'd see things moving and grooving, but you want to see this in the viewport, and so this is where we need to do one more step so that what you see in the viewport matches what you see in real life. Because you may have something other than a white channel, I implemented this feature as something slightly more generic. So if you go to your preferences, you can hit Control-Shift-Alt-P or go to File Preferences, you'll want to scroll down all the way to the bottom. And there's a few things here. You'll probably not want to mess with these unless you rename your default RGB channels to something else. But just know you can update those if you'd like. But below that, we have 3 custom viewport mappings. And the way these work is you take a GeoPix channel, so in this case our W channel, and we want that to basically drive a custom color, right? Red, green, and blue are single channels, but what we want to do here, since we're dealing with a viewport, is simulate a new channel, right? We don't actually need to create a new type of pixel that our monitor has. We just need to make it look like it's that color. So what we do for white is very simple. We just go in here and we drag this all the way up to white. Now if you had like a UV light or something like that, you would go over here, maybe this would be called UV. And you might, obviously there is no UV pixel color, but you might use like a purple to simulate that. So that's not what we're doing here though, so we're going to leave this as white and W. And so now you can see that our projector, when you move the alpha channel, contributes to our white channel, and blue still contributes to blue, green to green, and red to red. And that's it. That's how you set up, drivable RGBW pixels, as well as something you can visualize in the viewport. Thanks a lot.